Hello everyone, today I will be going over the Nvidia versus AMD. Part 1. Specifications. Base clock. Nvidia got 2340 MHz. AMD got 1929 MHz. Boost clock. Nvidia got 2610 MHz. AMD got 2498 MHz. Memory clock. 21 GB effective. AMD 20 GB effective. Pixel rate. Nvidia 250.6 G-pixel per second. The AMD 479.6 gigabit pixel per second. Texture rate. Nvidia 689 gigatexel per second. AMD 959.2 gigatexel per second. FP16 half performance. Nvidia 44.10 floating point operations per second. AMD 123.5 floating point operations per second. FP32 float performance. Nvidia 44.10 T-flops or floating point operations per second. AMD 61.87 floating point operations per second. FP64 double performance. Nvidia 0.689 floating point operations per second. AMD 3.860 floating point operations per second. Shading units. Nvidia 8448. AMD 6144. Texture mapping units. Nvidia 264. AMD got 384. Render output units. Nvidia 96. AMD 192. SM streaming multiprocessors count. Nvidia 66. AMD 96. Tensor cores. Nvidia 264. AMD 192. RT or ray tracing cores. Nvidia 66. AMD 96. L1 cache. Nvidia 120 kilobytes per SM, so streaming multiprocessors, and the AMD got 256 kilobytes per streaming multiprocessors. L2 cache. The Nvidia 48 megabyte and for the AMD 6 megabyte. Part 2. Memory. Memory size. Nvidia 16 gigabyte GDDR6X. AMD 24 gigabyte GDDR6. Memory bus. Nvidia 256 bit. AMD 384 bit. Memory bandwidth. Nvidia 672.3 gigabyte per second. AMD 960 gigabyte per second. Part 3. Features. DirectX version. Nvidia 12 Ultimate and 12 lowest score 2. AMD also 12 Ultimate. OpenGL version. Nvidia 4.6 and the AMD also as well 4.6. OpenCL version. Nvidia 3.0 and AMD 2.1. Vulkan version. Nvidia and AMD both got 1.3. CUDA version. Nvidia 8.9 and for the AMD it's not applicable. Shader model. Nvidia 6.8. AMD 6.7. Part 4. General information. Thermal design power or TDP. Nvidia 285 watt. AMD 355 watt. Suggested PSU. Nvidia 600 watt. AMD 700 watt. Outputs. Nvidia 1 time HDMI 2.1 and 3 times DisplayPort 1.4. AMD 1 time the HDMI 2.1A and 2 times the DisplayPort 2.1 and 1 time USB Type-C. Power connectors. Nvidia 1 time 16 pin. AMD 2 times 8 pin power connector. Part 5. Summary. Strengths of the Nvidia RTX 4070 Ti Super. Higher clock speeds and base/boost. Advanced AI features with tensor cores and more efficient power consumption. Strengths of AMD RX 7900 XTX. Larger memory size and bandwidth. Wider memory bus. advanced ray tracing with additional ray accelerators and better output options, USB-C and DP 2.1. Both GPUs caters to high-performance gaming and workloads, with the RX 7900 XTX excelling in memory-heavy tasks and the RTX 4070 Ti Super delivering cutting-edge AI capabilities. So the choice is of course yours.